Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Big Mike in the building. Swish for real. How you living? Hey, we got a special guest in the house, Coach Love, man, from Carter, man. Boogie Bob will be on in a little bit. He's gonna jump right in. So once he gets in, we'll hop him on. But anyway, Coach Love, how you living, man? How things on your side of the planet?
Man, it's been going great, super fast. Just feeling a feeling that I never felt before. Winning the state championship, we got so close so many times, and we finally got it done this year. But yeah, I'm feeling great, man.
That's what's up, man. So, ask you a couple questions, man. Can you tell us where you from and what kind of got you into the coaching field, man? And just get the crowd a little bit of your background.
Uh, when I got out of college, I was working a job for 2 years. I did Buckley's Children's Home, and I went to watch some AAU basketball. One of my good friends, and this guy, Coach Reed, saved my life, man. Because actually, I was kind of hating the job I was on. And I kind of had quit. Never let my mom know I had quit because she would have got on me bad. So he came to me. I was taking my brother to play AAU basketball, and Coach Reed he was coaching at Kimball at the time with Coach Go Reed. And
Nice.
yeah, and he came to me and said, "Hey man," he said, "I know you don't like me, but I just got the head job at soccer. You're gonna be my assistant coach." Like, I tell this story all the time. I'm like, what you talking about, Coach Reed? He said, "Man, I know you don't like me, but you're gonna be my assistant coach at soccer. I just got the head job." And I was like, okay. It was
So
something
why
new.
he did he see something in you, or you were like coaching
Yeah.
prior to that?
So like I would coach my brother's team. My brother played at Kimball for him and Coach Gorey Johnson. And
Hmm.
I would coach my brother's team in the summertime. And I guess he saw something in me that I never saw in me because I was just doing it for fun. And yeah, he knew I went to SOC, and he knew I knew a lot of people from Dallas. And he wasn't from Dallas; he's from Detroit. So I just looked at it like he wanted to get somebody that knew the background in Dallas, that knew SOC, and he knew I knew a lot of people. But he taught me everything about coaching I needed to know. Taught me how to run a program, taught me how to deal with parents and administration. Just taught me the game, and kind of let me feel my way through his program because he had got the job at SOC, and like I say, we was together for like 3 years, and then he moved on to do something else. But without his tutelage, I wouldn't be here right here today.
Facts. So going back to what you stated, you coached in AAU, man. What was that like for you?
I was just having fun. I was like I said, I was home from school. I had just got out of college, and like I said, my brother's team, they need back in the day, they used to have a thing called Slam and Jam, the BCI.
Mhm.
So they
Yeah.
would let other people just come coach the teams. And my brother like, man, come coach our team. I'm like, all right. And I just started liking it. And like I say, I met Coach Reed, and Coach Reed, he showed me the ins and outs, and that propelled me to where I'm at now.
So, and I'm a former coach, so I used to coach in AAU. You probably didn't know that. But what was your favorite defense to run before you got to the high school level?
Defense,
Yeah,
I grew up at SOC, playing at SOC, and we always press. So that's
yeah.
kind of like I only knew that. First started coaching, that's what I would do a lot, and then I learned some other things. But yeah, just picking up full court and doing a little trapping. That's what I did when I first started.
Dang. So, if you had to choose your college coach that inspired you in the
And,
national ranks, who would be your choice?
well, a lot of them guys that I really really grew up on watching and learning from, they not coaching no more. But one of the main names would be Tubby Smith. Uh,
Mm.
oh, Tusco. Actually, he coached my cousin at Tulsa. So I met him a long time ago, and I really liked what he was doing. But I never looked at it from a coaching standpoint until I started coaching. But him, Nolan Richardson, Jerry Torkanian, uh, my guy Izzo at Michigan State, love what he does, and one more. Right now, that's it right now. But I really, you know, uh, Nolan Richardson, Tubby Smith, I really used to love what they did. And like I said, I used to see Tubby a lot because my cousin played for him. So I probably him and just just that little group right there.
So if you had to pattern your coaching style out of any coach, NBA level, whatever level, who would you say you are more similar to?
Um, I probably would say,
That's a tough one.
yeah, it is because I a lot of guys I take from and I learn from, but probably Nolan Richardson, uh, Tom Izzo. I love what they do. I love how they just put things in place in their programs. Probably those two guys. And like I say, I grew up loving Jerry Tarkanian because one of my friends played there, Larry Johnson. So love what he used to do too. So probably those three guys.
Talking about Grandmama Larry Johnson.
Yeah, man, that's my guy.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That
hmm We
dude
played
could
against
hoop.
each other in high school, played against each other in junior college, and then I got the chance to see him play at the highest level at UNLV and just when he got drafted to the NBA. But yeah,
So, how many years have you been coaching?
uh, right at 30, right at
30 years.
30 years. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Dang. So now, Paul Miranda mentioned that you had to get over a hump, a
Mhm.
specific team that always gave you the
Yeah.
blues. Can you tell us who that team was and what was it that they were doing that made you not be able to succeed until now?
Yeah. Well, it was a charter school, Faith Family, and they just had better players than us. They probably say they beat Carter, but last I checked, they wasn't 1-0. They was something like 30 and something. So they beat everybody in the state of Texas. They just
Mm.
every time we played, it was just in the regional finals. Uh, and we played them earlier when they first got in UIL, and we were successful getting them, but they got better and better each year. Like I said, they got some pros out there playing right now that we played against. But yeah, they was they just didn't beat Carter. They beat everybody.
Dang. So how many years have you been at Carter so far?
This is my 13th year at Carter.
Wow, congratulations, man. That's beautiful. 'Cause especially just getting where you've been. I
Yeah.
know it's tough. Now I'm going to move into the next question. What
hmm
were the challenges of getting those players to buy into your program? What did you have to tell them? What did you have to show them? What did you have to preach to them? Because I know me, I had to teach my kids how to basically just understand the process and
Yeah.
understand I'm not telling you something that I don't believe that you can't do.
Right.
What did you tell your kids?
I don't know if it was more so challenges. I just think we just had to be consistent a lot of what we was doing. Um, like a year ago, these same kids, they were sophomores and freshmen, so they were young. So one that I can get it. One of the challenges that we had to get over was just them growing up, getting older. They did everything we asked them to do. We just got beat by a better team last year, but I can't say that loss that probably propelled us because we went in the locker room. Our kids were really, really hurt. Uh, they came back in the spring and the summer and worked their tails out. Came back in the fall, and they made a promise in that locker room that
Mm,
don't lose no more. They was gonna win a state championship the next year. They were like, Coach, we gonna do what we need to do. So I think after that game right there, it changed our whole program.
wow. So I know you have leaders on the team.
Mhm.
What would you say that leadership kind of come from? So it comes from you instilling it into them, or just kind of give us the details of what that leader is like on your team.
Well, a lot of people say that your team plays like your head coach, and couple of guys they take my attitude on the court with them. Jalen Hyder, Marvin Hunter, Landon Higgs. It's several of those guys. They just tough like that, and we practice tough, we preach toughness, and they just really embodied everything we do here. So yeah, those three guys they really take to another level.
With your coaches, what are some of the challenges as far as getting them to buy in? Like I know 30 years and 13 years at Carter,
Mhm.
you had probably had a turnover of coaches. What are some of the challenges that you face with getting coaches to come in and kind of buy into your program?
Well, I always, anytime I hire a coach, I always ask them like, are you available for 7 days a week? And they look, I'm like, yeah, we this week. We might not be at the school, but we're working because kids they want to get in the gym, get some shots up. They want you to come see
Mm,
them play. So I just had to let coaches know, like, man, look, our job don't end when the bell rings at the school. We're going 24/7. And like I said, I just had to get coaches to understand that just by us working hard and just staying, to the program and just staying just locked in, it's gonna get us over the hump. It might not look sexy right now, but trust me, in the long run, it's gonna get us over the hump.
Man, consistency is a key, man. I agree with that because the more you do it, repetition, the more they understand, the more they see the development that they're having as far as young men. And that's another question too. Developing young men. What was some of the challenges too? Because I know like a lot of these kids and myself included come from a single parent household, and a lot of these guys are like that. So does that challenge affect these kids nowadays?
Well, like you said, just being consistent with them, just letting them know, we got rules, we got regulations. We that's why we call it brotherhood. We do things different over here. First thing when a kid come here, they understand that it's school first. It ain't basketball first. It's school first, then dealing in them hallways, then come to the gym. So just more of us just making sure that they know that education is first, basketball
Mhm.
is second. We preach that every day. And their kids kind of buy in. They want to do right. All kids want to do right, but you just can't give them the room and let them keep slipping up. So
Mm.
stay focused on them, and we stay focused on that classroom, and then we come to the gym and do what we need to do.
Man, that's beautiful, man. I know my challenges too because I had a lot of players that didn't want to
Mhm.
act right, and some players I just had to let them go. And that's the hard part, man. When
Yeah,
you have that one kid that's very talented and don't want to fit in, he just want to
right.
do his own thing. Have you had any kids like that in your years?
Yeah, you've had kids that they don't believe what you say, and the parents don't believe what you say, but that's cool. The majority of the kids gonna do what you ask them to do. It's always gonna be one bad apple, and you just got to move it out the way. You can't save everybody. Much as we try, you just ain't gonna be able to save everybody. But for the most part, our kids do exactly what they're supposed to do. We have little slip ups here. Oh, I missed assignment here, or I was this here, but they do exactly what they need to do.
Now I want to go back to what you stated that the kids wanted to win this championship as far as that state title. How did that make you feel, man? What was your thoughts like when you saw that in their eyes and their heart that they wanted to win it?
Yeah, I mean, all the teams said that, but this team out here is just a little different. They got a little different attitude about them, the way they did things, and when they said that, one thing that let me know that they really were serious about it. We are summer school every year. You guys. So we had summer school here at Carter last summer. So all the kids, our older guys, they was like, "Hey, coach, we want to all go to summer school together so we can just as soon as we get out of summer school, we practice this and that." So I'm like, cool. I said, that's the first time one of our
Nice.
kids ever did that. So they all went to summer school together. And like I say, they got out of summer school, they come right in the gym and practice. So that was good. For matter of fact, I've never taught summer school for in my life. And when they did that, I said, okay, I'm gonna go do something in summer school. So it was good, man. Like I said, just the hard work they put in, not just on the court but in the classroom, it really showed this year.
Man, that's bro. I mean, to be honest, that's heartfelt, man, because to see the kids to make that own decision to
Mhm.
go and better themselves and then better themselves more on the court,
Yeah,
man, that says a lot about how you are as a person, as a coach, man.
yeah.
Have anybody ever told you, that what you're doing to these is for especially parents, have they ever said any encouraging words and appreciation for what you've
Oh,
done for these kids?
matter of fact, our only senior that we had on the team, I taught his mom and his dad played for me. So he reminds me all the time about, what we did back then. He'd tell his son, like, nah, this is how we're gonna do things. Coach Love gonna do it like this, and this is how you do it. So I get that a lot. That means a lot to me too. When people, ex-players come back and tell you, Coach, I appreciate this, I appreciate that. One of my ex-players, he played at Auburn on the team that went to the Final Four, and this was last year. He sent me a text after we won the state championship. He said, "Coach, you saved my life." I'm like, man, it
Nice.
touched
Man, that's beautiful, bro. Now,
me.
Nick Smith,
Mhm.
when you guys got the picture on our YouTube channel of you and him holding those championship trophies side by side, has he had any influence on you as a person and as a
Yeah.
coach at all?
Yeah, he's Nick's a real close friend to me, like a little brother to me. So, like I say, we had the interview down there in San Antonio, and I was telling him, I said, man, when we ain't playing basketball. We hang out a lot off the court. He's just a good person to be around. And like I say, when we play each other, he'll tell you this: I hate him for that first 24 hours. He hates me for when it's up, the game is over, we back, boys. But you can learn a lot from Nick. He does a great job at Kimmel. Like I say, he's won three state championships in the last 4 years. Man, that's big. So yeah, Nick's a great friend of me.
Man. So, I'm speaking of state championships. Okay, so winning a state title, what? Okay, I just want to take it back from the beginning. Like
Yeah.
game one, when your first game in starting this journey,
Mhm.
in the playoffs. Tell me about that, and then we'll move on to game two. What was some of the struggles you had in that game one?
Actually, was no struggles.
Really?
It was a blowout. Uh, one of the things I did though, I knew the team wasn't that good, but I really made it to our players that they were. I was like, hey man, they shoot the ball better than what we're seeing on the film. Cause kids will take it and be like, they not that good and lack out. But nah, we didn't do that. Our kids were super focused those 6 games because they knew what was in stake. So now we didn't have too many problems getting ready for that first game.
Okay. What was the final score?
I'll be lying if I told you. It was about 40, 50 point game. The
Okay.
next game though, the next game we thought was going to be really really tough because they had a really really good player that led the state in scoring.
Was he a
His
guard or
yeah,
center?
guard,
What was
uh,
guard? Gotcha.
Rodney Wagner. He's good, man. He was a junior. Uh, Probably one of the better players that we played against. He was tough to defend. He was just a tough kid. And the thing about it, his parents, well, I know his dad and his uncle went to Carter, so that was a little extra motivation too. I knew he was gonna come out blazing. We just
Yeah.
trying to slow him down. But yeah, that second game, we was really focused on that. Then, like I say, it became a blowout. It
So now, how did y'all stop him though? That second game.
We didn't. I mean, he was averaging 25. I think he scored 25. But the thing about it,
Jeez.
yeah, the thing about it, we stopped the other guys around him. We knew one of them was. They had another kid that was all right. We knew one of them was gonna get their points, but not the rest of the guys. So he did his thing. He hit a lot of free throws. He hit a lot of free
Yeah.
throws. So, but
So
yeah,
he attacked the paint a lot. That's what you're saying.
he can shoot it. Can really shoot it, and he's just all around kid. He one of probably the best players in the state of Texas, and he just
Wow.
11th grade, yeah. But
In
like I said,
11th grade.
yeah, he's just in 11th grade. But we had some guys that was that's pretty good too. And like I said, all our guys are 11th graders and sophomores. We had one senior, so yeah, they were super focused to play them because they knew how good they were, and that was the only team that gave Kimball problems in the playoffs last year. So yeah,
Mm.
we was focused for it.
All right, and then your next game.
The next game was it was a blowout. We played Athens. They just don't see the type of basketball that we play, and I think they was something like 30-2 or something like that, 30-3. They was
Mm.
yeah. But when we watched them on film, we went and watched them the game before we played them. We didn't think they were the teams that we had played, but we had played better teams, and we thought it would be another blowout, and it was.
Dang. So what made it a blowout is just how you guys, because you said you like the press, but it was that press that couldn't break it?
Yeah,
Explain that press.
I mean, it really ain't a prayer. We just pick up man to man, full court. We try to wear you down. We're real physical, but we got some guys that can really defend, and not just
Yeah.
defend. They want to defend. They want to stop.
That's the difference.
Yeah. And then we put a big emphasis on rebound. We feel like if we can hold you to one shot, we're gonna be all right. We averaging about like 40, anywhere to 40, 45 rebounds a game. I thought that was gonna come in play too. So yeah, we do a great job defensively. Like I said, our guys want to play deep. They want to stop you. We got a
Yeah.
thing. Don't let them get 50. If we can hold you to 50 points, we got a chance to beat you because we think we can score 51. So.
That's beautiful though.
Mm-hmm.
And then the state championship. What was that like? What propelled you guys? I mean, because all that leading up to that one. What was when you walked into that gym, knowing that you were about to play for the state championship? How
Yeah.
did you feel, and how did you calm your kids down to make sure that they enjoy this moment?
This is crazy. So like the fourth round, we played Kennedale, They defending state champs. This the round that we lost in the last 4 years, 5 years. We lost in that regional
Mm.
final game. So our kids were so amped up, and then they was talking a little mess. Social media, our kids don't do that. And
Dang.
and we went into the game. We just totally dominated them. And I knew after that game, I said, man, we're not gonna lose. We had two other games to play, and I just thought after we got through that fourth round game, the game we've been losing so many years, I was like,
Mm.
wow. So that and then we walked in. I can honestly tell you the story. So we're at the state tournament, and you got to go to shoot around. Both teams got
Mm.
to go shoot. So Kimball
This
and
was in San Antonio, right?
yes, so Kimball is shooting around with the 10A playing. So when we walk in, the Lamarck team is sitting there. So we walk in and they just like stop. And they people start filming our guys, taking pictures, and oh my God, they're big and this and that. So I kind of sense like they a little intimidated by our guys. And our guy was so confident. They was, they walked in like they had won a state championship last year. They
Mm.
knew, like they said, we got to send we the show. They knew they was gonna be the show. And they walked in and we went through our warm ups, and I was like telling the coach, I was like, man, I think it's gonna be another blowout. They said, for real, coach? And I was like, yeah. I said, they guard play not that good, and then they real little. They kind of little like some of the teams we play in our district. And
Mm.
yeah, but our kids were so amped up to play. I mean, it was just a matter of time.
Okay, so the balls jumped up. What was the first thought in your head when that ball hit the sky for the tip off?
We need to score. We got to get on the board so our kids can loosen up a little bit. And the first quarter was kind of a little struggle because our kids was trying to fill those guys out. And once Marvin scored that first two, I was like, okay, good, we're on the board. And then we just kind of, we nipped it tucking with those guys. It was like 12-11 the first quarter. So we come back out. We go to the bench at the end of the quarter. We just talking to the kids, and you could see in their eyes, it was like, man, we messed up that first quarter. We gonna figure this out. So I was just like telling the coach, like, man, they just going through a little sparring. I said they gonna be all right. Second quarter come out, and man, you saw us. You saw the real quarter team. They took off that second or third quarter. We going into halftime. We was up 20, and I was like, yeah, this game is over with. But I can't let it
Dang.
because I know once we get up on you like that, it's hard
So
to.
wait, before you continue, when you went into halftime and you sat down with your boys in halftime,
Mhm.
what you had to tell them to stay focused?
Oh yeah,
What'd you say then? And
no. In
what
my
was the
mind,
speech?
I knew the game was over with. But when we were in the locker room, I was telling my, hey man, look, they 41-1 for a reason. They won 40 games, man. They gonna make a run. I said we just got to make the last run. And our kids, they were super focused. We win that locker room. So we came out like I say the second quarter. That second quarter kind of really really did it for them. And when we came out that third quarter, I think we outscored them like it was like 24-2 or something like that. And it was over with, man. It was just formality now. I'm trying to make sure I get all the other guys in the game so they can say they played in the state championship game. So one of the players on the team told me, he said, Coach, don't worry about it. Kobe gonna get to play, and Jay Money gonna get to play. It's gonna be over. I said, cool. So I mean, our kids made it real, real easy for us.
And that's beautiful. Okay, so after the time expired in
Mhm.
that state championship game, what was the first thing went through your mind? And also, what did you do with that trophy?
Man, that was like a weight of the world off of because we had got so close so many times, and in the way we won, it won like a tie. It was never close. It was a blowout. And that was just all the frustration coming out of our program.
Yeah.
Say we got the trophy. I just hosted up so everybody could see it. But yeah, that was super special.
Yeah, and the boys made that promise to you, man. That's what
Yep.
was amazing, man. And then they fulfilled that promise. And so this is my last question for you. What was the feeling seeing nine local teams win state here in North Texas? And I'll name them all for you. You got North Crowley,
Yep.
Little Elm,
Yep.
Frisco Heritage, Mansfield Summit, Dallas Kimball, Dallas Carter,
Mhm.
Dallas Madison, which the two brothers Carter
Right.
and Kimball and Madison,
Yeah.
Paradise and Lippin. Man, that's gotta be crazy, man. What was your thoughts when I mean, what's that say about North Texas basketball in your
It's just,
opinion?
it shows the dominance that we got down here and the great coaches we got. All the people that work with the kids, the AAU guys, the trainers. It just showed that we're ahead of everybody else in the state of Texas, and the competition in our area down here is super, man. Any game you're gonna play down here in this area, it's gonna be a game. It ain't gonna be no blowouts, because all the kids grow up knowing each other, playing against each other. The parents, they know each other, so it's good for us. But man, yeah, I just thought that it showed our dominance in our area where we play basketball.
Yeah, and the two coaches, Madison coach and
Mhm.
Kimball coach, that was amazing. I didn't even know they were brothers until I talked to Nick.
Yeah, that was, man, that was special for their family. Actually, we met uh back in August. We was hanging out, me, him, and Nick, and I told Gerald, I said, man, do you realize you got a chance to win state championship? We all got a chance to win state championship. And he looked, he said, you think so? I said, yeah, man. I said, I'm winning. I said, I don't know what you gonna win. Nick said he gonna win, so it's on you now. So, but yeah, we talked about it early in the year. And like I say, they both do great job with their team and their players.
Nah, facts, facts. So we're having a parade for you guys, what the city is. What are your thoughts on that parade, and what are your kids are thinking about that? And also, I'll have a follow-up question after that, after you answer this.
Yeah, I think it's good for the city that all of they have a parade for everybody. But I kind of wish that Carter could have had their own parade, just because it's the first time we ever won basketball championship, and I thought our community and our kids over here they super needed that. But I understood why we couldn't. But we're gonna make the best of it with the parade next Saturday. So, but yeah, I kind of wish we could have had our own. That kind of threw a little damper on the win.
That's all right, man. You got love over here, Swish for real.
Appreciate
And my final question, and man, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a
it.
joy to talk to you. Have how many interviews locally, radio stations, podcasts, or whatever, have you done so far?
I
And what
turned
was your favorite one?
Yeah, I turned down several because I was like, man, it's just too much. But we did let's see, one, two, at least four right now. We've done four and still got a couple more waiting to do. Uh, I just thank bless everybody for taking time to interview me and just ask about our journey. But I appreciate all that, man. It was like I tell people, it's just you know sports it just runs in circles. You got to wait your time. When your time comes, you got to be ready to go. So I think we was ready to go. Like I said, our kids promised, and we promised each other that we was gonna work hard and we was gonna win the state championship, and it happened.
No, that's a fact. So when you guys came back, because I remember, my son when they Spence Middle School when they
Hmm.
made the playoffs, all the parents were at the school when they came back,
Yeah.
waiting on them to come. Did that also happen to you guys? That the parents are waiting and it was
Well,
like,
we had some parents, but we we didn't get back like we were supposed to. Our bus got stuck, and we had to wait several hours for the bus they to come get the bus off the. We got stuck on the hill, so yeah, it was crazy, man. We was going to eat, and the charter got stuck on the hill, so we had to get off, and it was probably about 3 hours. So when we got back, we did have people in the parking lot, but if we'd have got back a little earlier, it'd probably been better.
yeah. I mean, just to see the parents and
Oh
cheer
yeah,
for their kids, man, that's beautiful, man. I definitely want to say congratulations, man, because Carter always gave North Dallas the business, no matter what it was. So, and plus we got 9 state championships in North Texas, man. That's a
yeah,
blessing,
man.
man. Man, I thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir.
Is there any social media handles you want to send out to the people so they can find you and chop it up with you online?
Yeah, we got. I let my assistant coaches do. They young guys. I kind of stay away from, but Facebook, uh, Twitter. What else are we on? Instagram. I know those three. So yeah, if they want to go on our pages and look and like it, uh, feel free to do it. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of we got games on there. We got pictures on there. all the way back when I first started here. So it's interesting to look at.
Man, Carter represent, man. And guys, again, you can always find me here on Swish for Real. I'm on
Yeah,
Instagram. You can find me on X. I'm on all platforms, so you can
right.
check me out. Coach, again, thank you so much for blessing us, for coming on the
Appreciate
podcast,
you
man.
guys.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to get you one of these. What's your size, man?
2X.
2X. I got you. So
I
when I
got it.
see you
Yeah.
out, I'm gonna get you with that
Yes,
2X, man.
sir. Bring it right
We
by
are.
the party any day. I'm here. I'm here
All
every
right.
day.
I got you, man. I'm gonna switch for real. We're gonna close it out, man.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace.
That's it, Pring. That's it.